On the road to SummerSlam on Saturday, August 3rd, WWE rolled into Green Bay for a jam-packed episode of Raw aimed at the continuation of ongoing stories and the spotlighting of the men and women who will shine brightest at the Summertime Spectacular. Amid his rivalry with Drew McIntyre, CM Punk returned to the Red Brand, hell-bent on getting a match with a Scottish Warrior made official for the upcoming premium live event. Was he successful? And what, if any, physicality with McIntyre would come of it? The answer to that question and more awaited on tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Hey there, welcome everybody to Ridiculously Raw, the most must-see show on YouTube and Streaming.com today. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined as always by good old MF, Michael Fletcher, and of course also joined by the Phenom, Michael Bullock, just coming off another one of our legendary Raw chats as always, and boy, we had a lot of fun with this one tonight, no doubt about it, like we always do. All about Raw tonight. No Tony's Take tonight because, as you know, if you didn't see the Cerebral Smack Talk last night, I gave my Slammiversary review on that very show. So go back and watch that if you haven't already. So no Tony's Take. It's all about Raw tonight, guys. So let's dive right on in. Monday Night Raw live tonight from the Resch Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The penultimate Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam. And we started it off with an in-ring segment. The Ring General Gunther cutting a heel promo, getting almost Dominic Mysterio-like heat this evening. He had major heat this evening. And then Damian Priest comes out, and they went at it. A pull-apart brawl, and it continued after the commercial break was over. And General Manager Adam Pearce, fed up with all of it, ejected both men from the arena for the night. So their nights were done. So, wow. What a way to start. This was an excellent, high-energy start to the show that escalated the issues between Damian Priest and Gunther. The dislike was real, and unlike last week's promo, which felt forced, this highlighted the intensity of the issues between champion and challenger. Michael Cole was excellent here, and Pat McAfee added to the excitement of the brawl. This was the first time during his title reign in which Damian Priest looked like a babyface world champion, and the crowd in Green Bay ate it up. I know there are some people out there that were not really all that enthused about this match. Well, I bet you after seeing this segment tonight, your excitement levels went sky high. I'll tell you, Bullock and I, our excitement levels have gone sky high. And in just a moment, we'll find out if the same can be said for good old MF Michael Fletcher. So not much more for me to say on this. Excellent jump off to the show. So, MF, after what we saw here tonight with this pull-apart brawl between Damian Priest and Gunther, how's your excitement level? How's your excitement level for this match now?
Yeah, it definitely has risen, and it definitely is. I can definitely buy a lot of stock into this championship match now. This was exactly what it needed it to be. What Gunther said was a really good heel promo. Got a lot of heat from the fans in Green Bay, and I love that Priest didn't have to say anything. He's before he even said a word, he does basically drop gloves and let's fight. That's exactly what we wanted it to see. You don't need to say anything. Action speaks louder than words. And that's exactly what I wanted it from Damian Priest, from El Copion. I wanted it to see that fire, that intensity. Gunther basically drugged your name, drugged your family's name right through the mud. And like a true Boricua that you are, Damian Priest, you didn't take that. You knuckled up and you were like, you know what? I'm not going to say the words. I'm going to take it to the streets and I'm fighting. And that's exactly what we wanted. That was a great way to start Monday Night Raw. That's exactly what I wanted it to see from the World Heavyweight Champion. Look, he's winning the fans over. And you saw from the reaction from the crowd that they loved that he didn't even say a word. The minute he started, he threw down. You heard the crowd. The crowd went nuts. That's exactly what you wanted. Great way to start Raw. Michael Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, like you said, and like I said to Florio, my excitement level has gone up, especially after seeing this brawl. I mean, if you would ask me a week ago when they had their face-off, I would have said my excitement level isn't even there. But after this, now I'm more excited. And like you said, I love that Damian Priest didn't say anything. He just said, you know what? Let's get it on. And that's exactly what they did. And they took it to the back, and Adam Pearce basically had seen enough. He ejected them, saying, you guys are done for the night. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more for me to say. So let's move on, Florio.
Yes, and we move on to our first match of the night. High stakes in this one. Bron Breakker versus Ilya Dragunov, a #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. The winner of this match will challenge Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Winner of the match in 13 minutes and 5 seconds via referee stoppage, Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker gets the opportunity. He basically speared Ilya Dragunov outside the ring, and it was so bad, referee Daphne LeShun saw enough, and Dragunov couldn't continue. Therefore, Bron Breakker gets the win. So, MF, Breakker wins in 13:05 via referee stoppage, and we're going to run it back. Zayn and Breakker in the dog pound.
And the thing is that in this instant, there's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts. Bron Breakker is the definitive #1 contender because what he did was a path of destruction here tonight. He destroyed Ilya Dragunov. So he left no debate on who the #1 contender is on this one. He basically cemented his spot as #1 contender. You know, there was talks about maybe a triple threat. There was talks about, you know, maybe something down the line. No, they ended that debate right then and there here tonight in Green Bay. Bron Breakker is the absolute undisputed #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and he will get another shot at Sami Zayn. And you know what, we said a month ago that maybe Sami that Bron was going to win the title because of the way that it was that it broke down. This time around, I think with the way that Breakker's looking right now and the way he's been acting, I think now is the time that you put the title on Bron. So I truly believe, and it's only fitting. Everybody barks like a dog there. You're going to the dog pound, Cleveland, Ohio, at the Cleveland Browns Stadium, home of the dog pound of the Cleveland Browns. So it's the perfect fitting. It would be absolutely fitting for Bron Breakker to become the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion in Cleveland at SummerSlam a week from Saturday. So yeah, no doubt about it. It was domination more than anything else. So it was at least a 3 to 3.25 star fight. Michael Bullock, it is all yours.
I was going to give this 3.5 stars, but because it ended via a referee stoppage, I'm only going to bump it down just a little bit. Not too much, but I'm only going to drop it down to 3.25. I mean, it was still a really good match here. I mean, like you said, Bron Breakker, he proved why he is the #1 contender, and he basically destroyed Ilya Dragunov, so much so that the referee had to stop it. So, and I'm with Fletch here, and I know Florio's going to agree when we get to him. I think this is where Bron Breakker gets his moment and becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. So, all in all, it's 3.5, but I'm bumping it down to 3.25 because of it being a referee stoppage. So, it's yours, Florio.
with or without the referee stoppage, for me, it was a 3.5-star match. After suffering a surprise defeat at the hands of Sami Zayn at Money in the Bank, Braun Breaker will head to SummerSlam in Cleveland to challenge the underdog from the underground for his Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship following his victory over Ilya Dragunov tonight. Breaker and Dragunov delivered another hard-hitting match, testing each other's grit and determination. Justified, this is awesome chance for Breaker and Dragunov here. The intensity of the in-ring action between these two is never short of amazing. Their chemistry is off the charts also. This was a fantastic match, hampered by the finish. That finish protected Dragunov and spared him from another unnecessary defeat, though. So it was probably the best possible outcome. And is it too much to ask for Dragunov to get a PLE match already? Just my thought. I'm thinking Berlin. I'm thinking Bash in Berlin is when Dragunov will get his first pay-per-view match on the main roster. I know the referee stoppage isn't for everybody, but this is one time it actually worked. So I'm actually going to give it 3.5 stars for the effort here. Very good match, to say the very least. Lyra Valkyria with she had some backup in the form of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, squaring off against Sonya Deville with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler in her corner. And Sonya Deville picks up the win, 8 minutes and 10 seconds. So, Michael Bullock, you started off. What your thoughts?
What was the time of the fall?
8 minutes and 10 seconds.
I'll give this about I'll give this about 2.5 stars here. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, yeah. I mean, basically, I mean, it was. Who won it, Florio?
Sonya Deville.
Yeah, I mean, for Sonya, like you said, this is her first win as in a singles match in, I would say, like almost a year, because obviously she missed because of a torn ACL. So it was good to see her get a win here. So yeah, nothing more to say. It's yours, Florio.
Deville's victory continued the steady legitimization of her team with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, a necessity given how often those two were built up only to be beaten down. While it was important for Deville to go over, beating Valkyria threatens to damage whatever momentum she has left after a red-hot start to her main roster career. The former NXT Women's Champion feels like she has cooled off significantly over the last month, and this did not help matters. And can we please have Lyra Valkyria against Shayna Baszler down the line? 2.5 to 2 3/4 of a star competitive bout. So not much more to say. MF, your thoughts? Oh boy. Lyra Valkyria started off really good, but over the last few weeks or so, not so much.
This is triggering me so damn bad right now. Why? I mean, that makes no sense. I get it. You want to keep. I mean, you want to keep Sonya Deville's group strong. I get that. You want to keep Sonya Deville's group strong, but you had to sacrifice Lyra Valkyria for it. I mean, that makes no flipping sense. I'm sorry. If you're gonna do Sonya Deville, I hate to say this, but let Kaden Carter take the loss. Let Katana Chance take the loss. They because they're more of a tag team. Sonya Deville would be fine getting a win off of them, but Lyra Valkyria was so red hot and so amazing at the very beginning that many people thought she maybe have a shot at the World Women's title. And now you're pulling the rug out from under her, and it's like she's starting to get lost in the shuffle. And I don't understand this. I don't. I think this was a major mistake. I think this was a little bit of a missed opportunity. Look, I get it. You're trying to make Sonya stronger, but to sacrifice Lyra Valkyria in the process is absolutely nuts. So I'm giving this 2.5 stars. Florio, go.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with this. I mean, and the thing is, Fletch just said it best. Lyra Valkyria came in strong when she got drafted to Monday Night Raw. I mean, to the point she actually made it to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And I hate to say this, but ever since she lost that to Nia Jax, she's unfortunately gotten lost in the shuffle. And I understand like Fletch said, I understand you're trying to make Sonya Deville strong, but you had to sacrifice Lyra Valkyria. If it should have been either Katana Chance or even Kaden Carter, for gosh sakes. But Lyra Valkyria, that was a major mistake. And WWE, you've made some good moves, but this one here is one, I'm sorry, I got to call you out on. I mean, you drafted, you were so high on her, you eventually surprised all of us when you had her drafted to Raw because you were so high on her. But now you had to freaking pull the rug out from underneath us? No. And as an NXT guy, this doesn't sit well with me at all. And I'm telling you, WWE, you need to make this right, or I'm coming with my shovel and I'm burying somebody from WWE 6 feet under. So, WWE, you need to fix this, or I'm going to release my inner phenom. And trust me, you do not want to see me channeling my inner phenom.
And you don't want to see me channel my inner 97 Bret Hart either.
Or Fletch going on Cerebral Viper mode big time.
Now, the thing is that I'm not going to go into Cerebral Viper mode because the thing is, yes, I'm high on Lyra Valkyria, but I'm not as high. I'm not that high on her. Not like Florio. Not like you. You two can have that. You guys want to go at WWE? By all means. I wipe my hands on that. I wipe it clean.
But either way, I'm saying this. They need to make this right, or you're gonna have a lot of people in the IWC upset.
And the thing is that if Florio, you even alluded to it weeks ago, how much she was getting over by the crowd. How is this going to help? How does this help her? By having her, now I get it, she lost by cheating, so maybe that protects her a little bit, but still,
it still makes no sense.
Nope.
I get it. Sonya's coming back. She's out. She's been out for 9 months with the ACL injury. Then on top of that, she still has that. Thank God that Wacko's in jail because she had to deal with all that BS back a few years ago during the COVID years, where she basically got harassed by a stalker. So she's been going through it. So I can't be too harsh on Sonya Deville. But I'm not, and the thing is, I'm not attacking Sonya. Let's be real clear here. I'm not attacking Sonya Deville. I'm attacking WWE creative, mainly Triple H and the creative crew, saying, "What are you doing?" But like you said, this is a nitpick because they've nailed it with everything else. It's just this one moment just kind of rubbed us the wrong way.
Exactly.
And we'll get into that. We'll get into more about creative in a little bit. But go ahead, Floyd. It's yours.
Of course. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. So, but we move on to something very, very positive. CM Punk comes out and he makes the announcement. He's cleared. He is medically cleared. He said he saw his surgeon on Saturday night and he's been given the green light. He is clear, guys. He called out Drew McIntyre. They were about to go at it, but Adam Pearce cuts them off, saying, No. What Drew didn't tell you is at SummerSlam, it is official. It will be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. And there's a referee problem. And the referee problem is so bad, we got ourselves a special guest referee for this match. And who is that special guest referee? Michael Bullock, if you would.
Seth
freaking Rollins.
Whoa. And you had this, Wario. You called it.
Mm-hmm. You damn right I did. I saw this. Hey, what do I always say? In one of the words of Jesse the Body Ventura, I ain't no Johnny come lately on the block, you know. So, anyways, segment of the night here. There's no doubt about it. And, oh, man. Punk knows how to take any segment and ramp up the heat and intensity. He can take a quiet crowd and fire them up. It is a trait only the true masters of crowd manipulation possess, and few can achieve it at the level he can. The segment was red hot and resulted in an announcement fans have waited quite literally months for. The introduction of Seth Rollins as guest referee is giving major Bret Hart versus Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as referee at SummerSlam 1997 vibes. It is not the first time the story of Hart versus Michaels has been teased or hinted at in this overarching Punk storyline. I mean, that opening segment with Priest and Gunther was good, but this one I felt was a smidgen better. This, to me, was the segment of the night, and it gave us one hell of an announcement. You want to give 2002 a run for its money as the greatest SummerSlam of all time? A match like this will most certainly help that cause. No doubt about that. Segment of the night for me. So MF, how about it? CM Punk, Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, Seth freaking Rollins, the special guest referee. Whoa.
And
how about that?
And no big surprise on our end. We were saying it. We were hoping that it was gonna be that was gonna be what was gonna happen, and now we got it. Seth Rollins, special guest referee. It's on now. It is so on, and a lot of people are excited for this. This is great news. This was exactly what it needed it to be. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun too. Segment of the night. CM Punk came out, was looking for some blood. Said that he was medically cleared and ready for a fight. And the next thing we know, here comes, like you said, here came Rollins coming out. Then we were hoping for something more. And then obviously we got the big payoff as.
And we also have a major caveat here. Adam Pearce laid down the law. No physical activity between these two men before SummerSlam. If they do, the match is off, and whoever initiated it indefinitely suspended.
Indefinitely suspended. Bad. Because now you're going to see some gloating. So next week is going to be real interesting because next week, referees' instructions. How, since when have we ever had a special guest referee give the instructions on a WWE show? I've never seen this. This is not going to end well. I already feel it. It's not going to end good. So basically, I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be must-watch TV. Sci-Fi, get ready because, ladies and gentlemen, next week, for the next 2 weeks, it's going to Sci-Fi, not USA. USA's been bumped because of Olympics in Paris. It starts on, the opening ceremony starts on Friday night or Friday afternoon. But anyway, so yeah, there's really nothing more to add. This is gonna be wild, man. But Rollins triggering everybody involved, and the thing is, yes, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, they both hate each other, but they both hate Seth Rollins too. So just for Rollins to be in it, that's that little extra spice that you really need for this storyline. It's just that little added wrinkle just to make this match just a little more better, a little more tasteful, to say the very least. But whatever the case may be, this was awesome. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, segment of the night, no doubt about it. I mean, you knew this was going to happen. I mean, earlier in the night, we did see Drew McIntyre backstage with Ron Zapata and Danilo and Fabio, along with Adam Pearce, and like they could. Whoa, wait a minute! I thought Drew McIntyre was indefinitely suspended, but as soon as I saw the shaking of the hand, I'm like thinking, I think we're moments away from getting this made official, and Punk wants a fight. Drew comes out, and then just when it looked like they were going to throw it down, Adam Pearce comes out and said what Drew failed to say was, it's official at SummerSlam, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and because we got a referee problem, I brought in a special guest referee, Seth freaking Rollins. Oh man, this I don't know about you guys, but this is not going to end well at SummerSlam. I mean, Punk can't stand McIntyre. McIntyre can't stand Punk. Both of them can't stand Seth freaking Rollins. So something's got to give here. And I'm telling you boys this, and I don't know if you'll agree with me on it. This isn't going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a fight. I mean, you could throw away all the typical wrestling moves that you would see in a wrestling match with the hatred between Punk and McIntyre. They're going to want to rip each other up. So, yeah, referee instructions next week, that's not going to end well. I'm already predicting it. So, there's really nothing more to say. Let's move on, Florio.
Yeah, how do we move on from that? My goodness. Well, I'll tell you exactly how we're going to move on here. We had ourselves a six-man tag team match. And in that six-man tag team match, it was the Final Testament, Karrion Kross and AOP, with Scarlett and Paul Ellering in their corner, squaring off against Xavier Woods, Otis, and Akira Tozawa, with Maxine Dupree in their corner. Whoa. Two of my favorite girls out there at ringside. Whoa, Maxine and Scarlett. Hey, now. Okay.
Down boy.
Yes, I know. But yeah, this is where I had my fun on the night. MF, you'll have yours in a little bit. Trust me when I tell you. All right. Final Testament win the match, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. All right, MF, all kidding aside, Final Testament get the win here. And next week, Karrion Kross and Xavier Woods will go one-on-one. So MF, come on back in. Let's get your thoughts on this as the Final Testament win this match in 8:50.
Yeah, you know what? And it continues the narrative about what the Final Testament has been to Xavier Woods. And he's been nothing but a thorn in the side of this crew, and he's been doing everything he can to try to really cause all this trouble, all this chaos, whatever you want to talk about. And it's worked. And for the most part, yeah, it's been amazing what he's been doing and the whole 9 yards with the manipulation and everything included. But then there was also one other thing after that you didn't really get into that I think we should. And that is, of course, Chad Gable and the new, and I guess you could say the new, and the new Alpha, right. The new Alpha Academy, and they beat it down. You know, Otis, Akira Tozawa, and they were trying to do their damage, but lights went out. Fireflies came up.
There they are.
We're here.
And here comes Uncle Howdy and the crew. Well, Uncle Howdy and I guess you could say Nikki Cross, a.k.a. Sister Abigail. And, yeah, they left a path of destruction. And, Gable, I think you've gone too far and you messed up when you picked a fight with Bo Dallas. Because when you beat him down a couple of weeks ago, that was the moment you made the biggest mistake of your life, because now you're firmly in the fire, and you're and the Creeds, you're just guilty by association now, boys. So now each one of you are going to be tried, weighed, and measured. You will be found. Welcome to the new land. If you ever know that particular line that I just said from a particular movie, if you know what that is, good on you. Good on you. Uh, about 2.5 to 3 for the match itself. Like I said, the after effect was pretty good, but oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun now. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, 2.5 for me. I mean, yeah, like you said, Fletch. I mean, oh man, this new Alpha Academy, especially Chad Gable, you started something that you may not be able to finish. You mess with this Wyatt Six group, and you're just literally asking for it. I mean, and you found out the hard way, especially when Bo Dallas hit Sister Abigail, and let's just say that one there was for Bray, who made that move so popular. So this new Alpha Academy started something that they might not be able to finish. And as the late Gorilla Monsoon would say, don't start something that you can't finish. So 2.5 on the match. It's yours, Florio.
2.5 to 3. I agree. The action was far better than expected, thanks to Tozawa being allowed to be the wrestler fans have wanted him to be on WWE TV for years. Couple that with a molten hot stretch featuring Otis following a hot tag, and you have a match that had the fans in Green Bay on their feet until its conclusion. Before, let's see. The action here was infinitely better than expected, thanks in large part to a strong showing from Tozawa and a babyface explosion from Otis. Cross winning the match is a much welcome change of pace, as the former NXT champion tends to lose more than he wins, something that has stunted the growth and evolution of Final Testament to this point. And would someone in WWE Creative please produce a video package or take 10 seconds to explain what the Final Testament is supposed to be, so fans at least have a shot at caring about them and taking them seriously? Just a little nitpick from me. And then as far as what happened with Gable and the Creeds and the Wyatt Six and all that, the crowd genuinely loves Otis. He might be the most organically over babyface on the roster, especially when you consider how many incarnations he has been through and how loyal the crowd remains. There you are, Howdy said to Gable, further establishing that as his calling card motto. The crowd's reaction to Sister Abigail from Howdy was heartwarming and proof that Bray Wyatt will live forever in the hearts of all WWE fans, including us. And this all feels like it is leading to the first in-ring appearance of the Wyatt Six at SummerSlam in a possible 6-man tag against Chad Gable and the Creeds. We'll see what happens with that next week. So 2.5 to 3 for the match. Solid post-match. So not much more to say here. Then we were supposed to have a match with Big Bronson Reed squaring off against Pete Dunne. Match never happens because Sheamus laid out Pete Dunne, and maybe a triple threat match down the road. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. All right. I had my fun earlier, when it comes to the women's side with Maxine and Scarlett. All right, MF, this is your fun now. This is where you're going to have your big fun. Rhea Ripley came out and she was basically reading Dominic Mysterio, the Riot Act. She was forcing him down that ring. and she called out Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan shows up, and Dominic told off Liv Morgan, even doing so in Spanish. Now, I don't know what he said.
I cannot repeat what he said, but I'll just say this. He called her the B word, said some other derogatory things. Basically, get out of my life. I do not want you. I despise you. I hate you. You've ruined everything for me and my life, and to butt out and stay out. But he did call her the B word and one other thing that I'm not allowed to repeat on this show. But it was a scorching, vile destruction of Liv Morgan.
To the point where he made her cry. And then Rhea, so happy, whispered some sweet nothings in Dom's ear. And on top of that, the whispering of the sweet nothings was one thing. But there was one thing that she did that Bullock and I were wondering, what was MF thinking when he saw this? Rhea licked him like a dog.
Ooh, damn.
And then planted a smooch on him. So, MF, it's only fitting we start this off with you here, because we all know how much you love this angle on Raw. This has been your favorite, and we took another big step here tonight.
Man, this was what. Now let's preface this accordingly, okay? So let's go back to earlier in the night. Basically, it's basically stemming from what happened on social media, saying about Rhea getting Jey Uso's number, the yeet. I sent that to you guys as Jackie Redmond was being the investigative reporter and doing quite a damn good job at doing it, baby girl. Well done. Claps to you. The next thing she said was Dom was a little angry. Dom was a little annoyed. And Rhea's like, no, it's just like, I'm just trying to get in his head. It doesn't mean anything. I scope everything that's going on. I know things are going on in social media. Like, I know you and Liv. Oops. So basically, this was Finn Balor's doing. Finn is like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go after Jey Uso. Let's beat him up. Let's get some revenge for you, buddy. So basically, this was Finn Balor being the ringleader on the whole thing, and they got to him, and Sami Zayn got involved. So that led to the main event later in the evening. So Rhea comes back, is like, what the hell is going on? Why is, what is this? And I think it was Carlito that said about Liv, and that's when Rhea just was like, what? Okay, that's it. We're going to the ring. We're settling this now, once and for all. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh, no, Dom. And I know you guys were eating it up. So then,
part of me was like, I would not want to be in Rhea's way with the way she was with Dominic. I'd be like, nope. I'm not getting anywhere near her. No way whatsoever.
So she comes out. She basically is reading the riot act to Dom. And basically, Liv comes out. And she comes out from the crowd, right in that top thing. And she's basically saying, I'm waiting for the words that I want to hear. And basically, she wanted to hear "I love you." She wanted it the three little words that would, cement the whole thing and everything else. And then she throws a little hay at Rhea, saying, because Dominic doesn't want to be with a girl like you when she could be with when Dominic could be with a girl like me. You know what? I can't disagree with that. I think a lot of guys would not mind being with Liv Morgan because she is a stunning beauty. I mean,
especially after how she looked tonight, damn near breaking the internet tonight.
yes,
And she's single.
yes. So there's a few guys out there that definitely has that Dolph Ziggler meme. It should have been me. But anyway, so she's hoping for the 3 little words. Oh boy, did she get more than that and then some from Dom, because he just absolutely pile drove her right through the floor with the comments that he made. Like I said, he called her the B word, basically said some other derogatory things I can't even repeat, and then basically in the whole hash of it, basically said, "You've ruined my life. You've ruined everything. My happiness with mommy. I don't want nothing to do with you. I rather see you destroyed and see you destroyed." And that's where Liv was kind of like, "What? No, you don't mean this. You don't mean this, Dom. You don't mean this." But it looked like he meant every word. He meant every single thing he said. And deep down, it got to a point, and I hate to say this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack, and I know I'm going to get flack from the boys, but I don't give a damn. I actually kind of felt sorry for Liv Morgan. I really did. I actually felt bad that, here she's thinking all this stuff, and Dom just basically nuked her right before our very eyes. But the thing is was Dom genuine with the comments that he made? Or is there something more sinister down the line? Is Dom going to turn on Rhea at SummerSlam? Because that's the rumor I'm hearing. And quite frankly,
I say yes.
If that happens, oh my God, the nuclear heat that Dom's going to get in Cleveland is going to be astronomical.
I say yes, because I think Dominic is just playing the C, trying to play Rhea like that. He still likes mommy, but I think at the end of the day, Liv's gonna retain the title because of Dominic.
I think so too, and I think he's gonna make it look like it was an honest mistake, but then I think we're gonna see that the true colors are gonna show, and that it has been Rhea and Dom all along. Dom and Liv all along. But the one other factor I was thinking was, because maybe he is really pissed at Rhea because of her yeeting to Jey Uso and the whole 9 yards. Even though she said, "Oh, it's honest. It's just trying to get a little edge. It's like honest flirtation." Really, Rhea? I would say be careful, sweetheart, because now you're playing with fire that it could end up burning you on this one. But the thing is, we don't know. That's the real thing. But I will say this: right after he basically eviscerated her after he eviscerated Liv. Did you see the smile on Rhea's face? She grabbed him by the hair, pulled him back, gave him that lick like Snoopy, and I was like, "Whoa, yo, what is that?" Wow, damn. I was like, okay. That was new. That was definitely out of right field. I would have thought a kiss would have been fine, but yeah. Then she kissed him. So I was like, "Oh, the lovins and everything else." But yeah. And just deep down, if you notice, just the devastation, Liv is absolutely destroyed right now. I think they did a social media post and it showed her absolutely destroyed. She is literally in tears, in rage. I think we're going to see a different side of Liv Morgan come out next week. Rhea, you might want to watch yourself because now you got a vengeful, angry WWE Women's World Champion because now her heart got broken. If there was any doubt that this Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is on full tilt, she is going psycho now. And I know Rhea can handle it. Dom, watch your back, bro, because now you got even though you got mommy back, you were able to smooth things over with Rhea. Now you got Liv on the warpath, and I don't know, man, because that's 5 feet of fury with a screaming banshee coming after your ass for what you did. So this is going to be interesting, to say the very least.
Yeah, and what would you say, like in Spanish, with the like saying a prayer to Dominic, because he's going to need it with Liv Morgan.
Hijo Espíritu Santo. That's what he's going to need right now. He needs the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, because that's exactly what he's going to need. Because that's exactly what he's going to need now, because of the fact that, like I said, he burned that bridge with Liv Morgan, and it was he not just burned the bridge, he scorched it with a blowtorch here tonight. But the thing is, if you're Rhea Ripley, that was exactly what you wanted it. You wanted it, Dom, to put the foot down and say, Liv, I've had enough. I don't want you. I don't need you. You're done. He did it. He manned up, did what he had to do. He ended it with Liv Morgan. Or did he? I think we're going to wait and see at SummerSlam if he truly did. I honestly, truthfully, for me, it's not over. Not by a long shot. So we'll see. But yeah, Michael Bullock, this was hot. I need a drink after this. It's yours, bro.
You need a drink? I mean, my gosh, I almost feel like I need something to really... Oh, man, I really don't know, especially after that, this whole thing. I mean, this is really getting interesting now. I mean, yeah, Dominic said all that he hated Liv Morgan, but did he really mean it? That's something we got to keep an eye on. But like I said, I think Dom's turning on Mommy at SummerSlam and is going to end up costing Mommy a chance to regain the women's world title that she never lost. So there's really nothing more for me to say except, Florio, I don't know how to feel after that. I mean, that was just like, ooh.
That was not PG.
You think?
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay. Dominic Mysterio is back in Rhea Ripley's good graces after an intense, anger-fueled rant directed at Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. His promo came moments after Morgan claimed gorgeous men like Dominic go for girls who look like her. She was mistaken. Morgan left the arena in tears while Ripley licked Dominic's face, then planted a cheek kiss on him to end a segment that did not overstay its welcome. Something about this felt too convenient for Dominic, like it was an act to give Rhea what she wanted so that he could continue deceiving her with Liv Morgan. It will be interesting. We already know what he said in Spanish, thanks to MF's translation, and whether Damian Priest could have called tomfoolery on it had he still been in the building. The match between Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan is going to have unreal heat. It will be interesting to see how they go about booking the match between. There is no way fans will realistically believe Morgan can hang with Mommy. Expect heavy creative leading to a big twist and a finale that propels the story forward. I too agree with that sentiment. about Dom turning, and we shall wait and see how that all plays out in the SummerSlam. No doubt about that. Next up, we had Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega squaring off against Zoe Stark, and Zelina Vega winning the match 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Michael Bullock, I guess that push Zelina thing on social media off to a good start.
Yeah, that definitely got off to a good start because there were a lot of people who were not happy about the way Zelina Vega has been getting treated lately. So much so that our former colleague Derek Ferreira went on a rant about it, and quite frankly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I actually agree with him. I mean, the way she's been getting treated lately it definitely rubbed me the wrong way, but I guess it got the attention and they listened. Now, whether that trend continues remains to be seen. So, all in all, this to me was about a 2.5 star match. It's yours, Florio.
Yeah, about 2.5 as well. Give me a minute here. Let me see something. Whoop. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Zelina Vega has long been one of the more underutilized talents on WWE programming, so it was a welcome change to see her on television and actually winning matches. What is the end game with this trios feud? Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler have been dominant to this point. To think that one win by the babyfaces will change that is at best naive. And after the commercial break, Baszler, Stark, and Deville confronted the women's tag team champions Isla Dawn and Alba Fire and once again staked their claim to the next title opportunity. And of course, more on that Friday night on SmackDown, if you know what I mean. So yeah, 2.5 to 3. I agree with that. So not much more to say. MF, your thoughts on this?
And as one of those renegades that's been going on social media to push for Zelina Vega to get a push. Thank God WWE finally listened to us for once. But yeah, so kudos to Derek Ferreira. Yes, I'm saying him by name. I don't give a shit that I just kind of quote unquote broke the little gentleman's agreement because God damn it, this son of a gun was right. He was absolutely right about all the comments that he made about Zelina Vega and WWE Creative being fumbling the bag on her. So yeah, he was absolutely right and deserves a lot of the credit for at least putting it to light that this movement was going on. And I harped on that movement privately on social media by being one of those people on X yelling about that Zelina deserves a chance. So yeah, it was a good win for her. Yes, you got to take a little bit of a pinch of salt because of the fact that it was just a one win off than anything else. But here's the thing: is Sonya Deville's crew wearing themselves a little too thin now? Because remember, you're picking fights with Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, La Valkyria. You also picked a fight with Zelina Vega. Now you're going after the WWE Women's Tag Champions Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I don't know, girls. I think you might be barking up the wrong tree. I think the bridges are getting a little too much for you. Are you sure you can handle all this? Because that's the big problem that you're going to have. And then on top of that, yes, there is a big fight this Friday night on SmackDown because Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are getting their rematch. They're getting their shot to possibly win back the WWE Women's Tag Team titles this Friday night on SmackDown on Fox. A big championship fight, to say the very least. So, yeah, nothing more to say. Anthony, it's yours.
See what happens with that. All right. Before we get to our main event next week, of course, will be the go-home show from Monday Night Raw. We kick off SummerSlam week. It'll be live from the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, the home of the NHL's Minnesota Wild. And yeah, it's going to be one wild night for all you Bon Jovi fans out there. It's going to be like that because we're going to have the referee instructions from Seth Rollins to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. 6-woman tag team match, Lyra Valkyria, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter against Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. And we will also have Xavier Woods going one-on-one with Karrion Kross. So that's what you're going to see next week. Main event of the evening, very interesting one to say the very least. Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion Sami Zayn teaming up with main event Jey Uso, squaring off against the World Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn win the match in 17 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeet!
Yeet. Oh, yeah. 5 weeks from now when Raw comes here. Ho, 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 ho. You best believe we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Just maybe even more fun than Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Who knows? But anyway.
I'm eating, boys.
We all are. No doubt. All right. All kidding aside, fight of the night here, 4 to 4.25 stars. The action was stellar with great chemistry from all involved. We know how great Finn Balor and JD McDonough are as a tandem based on their recent work together, while Jey Uso and Sami Zayn have history from their days in the Bloodline, but have also been tag team champions. The finish was great as well, with Sami depositing Finn Balor to the floor and then rocking JD McDonough with a haluva kick, and then Jey Uso with the Uso splash for the win. As the show went off the air, Braun Breaker attacked Sami Zayn from out of nowhere with a spear, delivering another message ahead of their Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship rematch in the SummerSlam. The crowd was right along with all 4 guys in this one. The heat was off the chart. The match was great, and the finish was fantastic. The World Tag Team Champions probably should not be losing at this point, but Balor and company are essentially bulletproof thanks to the overarching Judgment Day storyline that is currently ongoing. They'll be just fine. Breaker attacking Sami and standing tall is effective for 2 reasons. 1, it heightens the profile of the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship in WWE. And 2, it positions Braun Breaker, future face of the company, as the last superstar fans see as the show faded to black. So, no question about that. And lost in all of this, it's 4 to 4.25 stars. It's the fight of the night. No question about that. MF, as I give it to you, lost in all of this. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn pinned the tag team champions. Championship,
Yes,
dare I say, championship committee moment.
Now hold, because of the fact that obviously Sami Zayn has to worry about Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. But I do believe once Sami does lose this belt, and I think he will lose it at SummerSlam, then yes, they actually can rehash this. As a matter of fact, they could do this in Berlin. We could have Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough and Finn Balor in Berlin for the WWE World Tag Team Championships at the Battle in Berlin, or Clash at Berlin. So yes, this can absolutely happen. Obviously, they gotta let Sami lose the belt first. He'll lose that at SummerSlam, and then you can open the door.
MF, are you still there? We can hardly hear you. I don't know if you're cutting in and out. Yeah, that's a little strange to me. But yeah, we lost MF. All right. Michael Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts on this as Jey Uso and Sami Zayn defeat the World Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough 17 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, four and a quarter, fight of the night, hands down. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think they'll get a tag team title shot eventually, but I think, like you said, Sami Zayn needs to first lose the Intercontinental title, which we think he will at SummerSlam. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. So, yeah, there's really nothing more for me to say. I think it's overall thoughts time and since Fletch isn't around, I think I'll take it for a spin.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give this about 7.5 to 8 on this one. I mean, you had one match that was an NA. I mean, you had some okay matches. You had some good matches. You had some really good promos. So, but other than that, there really wasn't anything that bad about this show at all. So 7.5 to 8 for me. It's yours, Florio.
Yeah, I'm with you. 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for me too. The build to SummerSlam continued tonight, and WWE did a solid job of creating buzz and excitement for the show. We had the official announcement of CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre and the revelation of Seth freaking Rollins as the special guest referee. There was an excellent brawl by World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest and Gunther to start the show. The latest drama in the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio's rejection of Liv Morgan and reunion with Rhea Ripley, and Braun Breaker's escalation of his rivalry with Sami Zayn. Sprinkle in some nice advancement of the Sheamus Pete Dunne story, a whole lot of the new Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark trio, and a better than expected trios match featuring the Final Testament. And you have a show that continued the recent string of above average shows from the WWE's flagship show. How it puts the final touches on the hype for the Summertime Spectacular next week will ultimately determine if the company sticks the landing or not. So I'm with you, Bullock. This is a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. And with that, that is going to put the bow on this edition of Ridiculously Raw. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in as always. We will be back with you on Wednesday night at 10:30 over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95. Oh, we got MF back in. All right. MF, Bullock and I already gave our overall thoughts, your overall thoughts, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah, I have to apologize. My internet just dropped on me. Like right out of nowhere. It just kind of everything just jumped the bed on me. I was giving my thoughts on the tag team main event, and next thing I know, I didn't realize it, and everything went down on me. I was like, what the what?
If you want to continue your thoughts on the main event, feel free.
Nah. It's fine. It's all good. Okay. It's all good. Right. Like I said, it would have been about 4 stars would have been my rating. Near fight of the night status. Overall review, this was a pretty good damn Raw. I mean, this was at least maybe around, I'd say about 8 and a quarter. So 8 to 8.25 stars for me. I thought they did a really good job, and really nothing more to say. So Florio, back to you.
All right, Bullock and I gave it 7.5 to 8, and now that puts the bow on this edition of Ridiculously Raw. No Tony's Take tonight because I had planned to do it with the Slammiversary recap, but we did it on the show last night, so we're just going to call it here. Tony's Take will be back next week, just to let you know. So that will put the bow on this. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in as always. We will next be with you Wednesday night over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95, 10:30 Eastern, for another edition of Wednesday Night Madness. We got NXT, and we've got AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts. Oh, baby. And we may even get into a little bit of some Olympic stuff, too, on top of that, because the Olympics start Friday night. And then Friday night, Cerebral Smack Talk. We got Friday Night SmackDown, and MF will have his latest Big 3 basketball report. And then next Monday night, we start the road to SummerSlam. The road to SummerSlam kicks into big time high, as next week it will be SummerSlam week. Let's go, baby. Cannot wait. So that's it. So until Wednesday night, for Wednesday Night Madness, over on the MF channel, Race 95, this is Anthony Florio here for good old MF, Michael Fletcher, and in spirit, the Phenom, Michael Bullock, and of course, always and forever, the First Lady of Talking Wrestling TXN, the one and only Twisted Angel, Didi Woodson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed couple of days. And until Wednesday night, for Wednesday Night Madness, you've been watching Ridiculously Raw right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and streaming.com. And remember, my friends, no matter what anyone tells you, beyond anything else, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who has been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long, and bye, everybody, bye.